Good morning, how are you? I am doing this live from my walk because that's why we're going to talk about giving you a break. And um, if I get disrupted by neighbours, um, just bear with me, bear with me. There's going to be a couple of people looking at me strangely because obviously I have the video on and I'll be like, hi. Okay, down to it. Giving you a break. So I'm always about getting up early, being purposeful, being intentional. It's Linda, by the way, in the well. I always forget to introduce myself. Being purposeful, being intentional. And this morning I had my alarm set for 5:45. And look at those eyes. The eyes are hanging out of my head. And I thought to myself, I am 100% not getting out of bed. Didn't even snooze. Just turned it off. Very purposeful, very intentional. And the reason I did that is because I'm in my luteal phase and I am absolutely wrecked. I'm very, very tired. The kids are off. So I thought to myself, I'm going to give myself an extra maybe hour or two in bed, which I did, which was fabulous. Hence me double jobbing now, walking and answering your questions. I apologise for traffic if it gets too much. So it's really, previously I would have felt a lot of guilt doing that, a lot of, oh, I'm preaching this message if I get up earlier, and look at you turning off your alarm. But over the past 4 or 5 years, I've really learned to listen to my body, listen to my head, and know when I have to just go, no, this is too much. My body needs the rest, my body needs the break. So happily turn off. I'm going to switch between hands now because my hand was getting sore. Happily turn off the alarm. So it's doing that without feeling guilt. I'm going to go through the estates because the traffic out there is really bad, and I'm trying to do a 3k loop. So bear with me. Doing that is, there's no point in doing it if you're going to feel guilty about it. So that was the first thing, and the second thing is when you're out, the birds are tweeting, the sun is shining. I have got my sunglasses ready to go, but what I want to do is let my body know that it's awake. So getting that vitamin D into my eyes, onto my skin, it lets me wake up, lets me know that I'm awake, get those circadian rhythms going, which is wonderful as well. The other thing, I suppose, about giving you a break is, we talked about last time having your to-do list and planning. And we're building a house here. Being consistent with that planning, being extremely consistent with your time management, and as well as being consistent, it's giving yourself a break if you don't get to everything on your list. What we want, we talked about eating the frog last week. If eating the frog suits you, doing the hardest thing first, do it. Doesn't suit me. But what we want to do is we want to get money making things in the diary. We want to earn money, and that will lead to guilt-free self-care, guilt-free time with your kids, guilt-free time on your own, guilt-free time with whoever. Because if you have systems and strategies in place that is going to make you money, then the guilt will disappear. And I know that sounds a little bit huffy, and it's not, because You want this to be easy. You want this to be gentle. It's not about sell. It's about, this is me. This is who I am. This is the service I offer. This is the product I offer. Do you want to buy from me? And it's building up that trust. So when you take time off, when you take that rest, you want to be guilt-free. And if you notice, the last time I put up that I did this was the 15th of April, and today is the 9th of May. And my cycle has been around 23, 24 days the last few months. So I am coming up to menstrual stage, hitting into follicular stage, because I'm towards the end of my luteal stage. And it's known that these things are going to arise, knowing that. And what's really helpful for me is that I have it in calendar, and I adjust everything that I do, like my habits, around that calendar. So I kind of know that in my luteal stage, I'm on a walk now. My class just wouldn't have suited me this morning. Very intense. I might do it tomorrow morning, I might not. It's just reducing the intensity, increasing the intensity around what suits your phase of your cycle, what suits your phase of your life as well. So, I mean, I'm talking about as a person who still menstruates, you know, are you peri? Are you in menopause as well? So it's just, it's understanding everything around that. And I know I'm going to get very loud in a second. I know for me, in my follicular stage, out of my menstrual, because follicular and menstrual kind of overlap about 1 to 5 days. In my follicular stage, for about, could be up to 10 days, I'm a powerhouse. Strong, creative, productive. And then when we go into that ovulation stage, into that luteal stage, then we become less creative, less, we're going to try and get out of this traffic as soon as possible, less creative, or less productive, but more creative. So that's one thing in your luteal phase, that you will be fairly creative in your luteal phase. So it's super good time to be in. Maybe if you have VIP days, or if you have CEO days, kind of plan them around your luteal cycle. Honestly, you'll be so surprised what you create around that. I hope you can hear me. What you create around that, and what works for you. I'm going to be out of this traffic in 2 minutes. So remembering, when you take rest, mean it, like everything. Be purposeful, be intentional, mean that rest. And know when that rest is going to come up. And that's one of the things I've created with my habits and hormones pack. It's understanding and having a tracker that understands when I'm going to be really focused on high intense exercise, focused on planning really productive days, getting stuff done that I don't exactly want to get done. I'll do that all around my follicular stage. And then luteal, it's more about planning, it's more about creativity as well. Okay, we're going to get quieter. So that's giving yourself a break, talking nicely to you, looking in the mirror and just being like, you're a rock star. You have to, like, honestly, because if you don't believe you're a rock star, nobody else around you is going to believe you're a rock star. The next part of this is talked about loving you and giving you a break. Now we're going to talk about your email list. So, quick change into business. The difference between a newsletter and email marketing. And I think a lot of people get confused by this. A lot of people think that, and you are being super helpful and super productive by sending out a newsletter daily, weekly, monthly, supporting your community, offering advice. But what's the point if there's no sale at the end of it? What's the point? And it's understanding that it's okay to want that sale. It's okay to want to convert. Like, there's no shame in it. There's no guilt in it. We all want to make money. We all want to build a company that makes money and generates revenue for us. Just don't be ashamed about it. Absolutely, 100% own it. So, your newsletter, beautiful, fluffy. But if you haven't got any CTAs in there, any calls to action, what's the point? What's the point? Yes, we want to serve people. Yes, we want to help people. Because if we serve, if we go, then it will flow. 100% believe that. But then we want to kind of readapt, reinvent, reinvigorate our newsletter to where it's serving people, but it's also serving you with a living. It's also serving you with revenue. It's also serving you with purpose, the passion. And at the end of the day, bottom line is that you're making money. So, do you have a mailing list? How big is that mailing list? Is that mailing list segmented? Is it tagged? Do you know where the people on your mailing list came from? Do you know what offer they bought? What freebie they signed up to? Is it segmented that way? When they click the pop-up, the banner on your website, where do they go? Is it to a welcome sequence? Is it into the ether? When they click the freebie, where did they go? Is it to a sequence that builds them up to buying your product, or is it into the ether? When they buy a product or a service from you, where do they go? Is it buy one, forget about it, into the ether? Where do they go? Are you nurturing your email list? Are you making your email list work for you? Are you understanding what your clients need? So if you are a therapist, do you offer value after? What value are you adding in order for a customer or a client to rebook? What value are you adding in order for a customer or a client to buy a product off you? So if you sell a tangible product, if you sell a digital product, how do they know that? Are they following you on social media? Do they read your blog? Is that something you can incorporate into your email marketing? Essentially, with your newsletter, your brochure yourself, you are going, ta-da, I'm here, look at what I offer, this is fabulous. With your email marketing, you are going, ta-da, I'm here, this is what I can fucking do for you. This is what I can offer you. Because you signed up to my work-life balance bundle, because you signed up to my habits bundle, because you signed up to my hormones bundle, because you signed up to my... You want to have a direct line of action for each and every one of your segments within your list. Do you have a list? If you don't have a list, what are you going to do to create a list? This is so much of what I'm offering in here for free. So please come along. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is down below. I'm going to be putting the first few up on YouTube. The link is down below to join the Well community. If you want to get into it further, you want to create that email list, you want to nurture that email list, you want to know what to do with it. My courses are coming out in the next couple of weeks. We're going to focus in on that as one specific tool. There'll be time management, there'll be planning, there'll be ways to understand exactly how you can make your life how you want it. So working for X amount a day and then creating time for you and your family for Y amount of the day. So check out www.corporatecam.com. I will put the links to some of my products that will help you. I've got the Business Balance Bundle. I've also got my free Entrepreneur's Burnout Kit below here as well. These are tools that are going to set you up to where you're not stressing, you're not bustled, you're creating a business that works for you and works for your time. I will see you next week. I will be addressing your questions, so any questions that you have, please pop them in below. As I say, today we covered giving you a break and the difference between your email list and your email marketing and your newsletter. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.